Thank you for attending our mural unveiling. Today we're unveiling a mural, but this mural is more than just a piece of art. It's more about life's lessons. And today I feel very fortunate to have our student artist with us, along with our artist mentor and Greg Alexander. And just to give you a little background on what happened, it's kind of a formal program because we want to dignify the work that the students have done and actually talk to you about how it all came about. And it all started at a staff meeting when we were talking about wanting something for our entryway. We wanted something that spoke to who we are and what we are. We are as an agency and the work we do. And we'd come up with a number of thoughts and ideas that we thought worked for that. At that point, like any good organization, we referred it to our committee. And we referred that to the concept idea to our internal communication committee. And with those members of the internal communication committee, raise your hand or stand forward. Okay, so these people right here. And they then took that concept and idea and started to work on some more thoughts on it. And then they came back after a while to the whole group and talked about what they'd come up with a thought, a concept of where we wanted to go, and they had some recommendations. And the idea for the mural, the wall painting, the hanging, was that we'd incorporate the CESA12 boundary, our whole region, and the 17-member school districts who were in our region. And with that concept in mind, we came up with the idea of trying to envision and get that done. But we had some caveats to that. And one of the caveats that we had was that it had to involve students, because that's what we are. If you look at our mission statements, we're to offer cooperative educational services to assist school districts in meeting the educational needs of their local communities. And what we were able to do was to tie that in to this design. So with that, we tried to enlist some students. We realized time proximity was a key importance. So we looked at the school districts of Ashland and Washburn to provide some of the students who would be interested in doing that. And with those parameters, they moved forward. They enlisted the assistance and expertise of Greg Alexander, whom we'd like to refer to here at our agency as our artist in residence. A lot of times when you can't find some of us, we're usually up in Greg's studio talking with him and looking at artwork. Or trying to swing a deal with Greg on a painting. Greg was on board the entire concept and project from the very beginning, and he really liked the idea that we were going to engage the local students in that process. So what we're going to view today is really the culmination of about 180 hours of work by each of these 6 students. Each of them put in somewhere between 50, 60 hours of work, both in time in the studio, time at school, and their own time on working on this project. When you look at the artwork, one of the things that strikes me as I look at it is, as an educational agency, the artwork speaks graphically about who we are and what's our primary importance to us. And it speaks that we are a cooperative educational service agency. This project exemplifies the work and the way the work was done. The work was done cooperatively. It was an educational process that took place, and it was done as a method of service by our area students. It spelt CESA. And that's what the students did. And at the conclusion of the whole project, I went up and I talked with Greg about what he thought about the project, what he really felt about it. First and foremost, Greg humbly said, "Don't say anything about me. I don't want to be mentioned. It's not about me at all. It's about the students." But then Greg quickly turned to say, the students really used critical thinking skills. They used teamwork. And he said they used the right tools to do the job. I'd like to introduce to you those involved in this piece of art. From the school district of Ashland, and we have a little token gift for you. Luciana Augustine. Abby Sushin. here. Okay. Sasha Volberg. Dalton Westland. From the School District of Washburn, Nolan Rydman. Nolan also wants you to know if you're traveling back and forth between here and Washburn, you've got about a 10-minute delay. Emily Scribner. And last but not least, I'd also like to recognize Greg Alexander as our artist mentor.
I'd just like to say thanks for showing up. That's what half of life is about, is not necessarily knowing what you're volunteering for, but being present. And they were. You were on time. You had a lot of good thoughts, and I appreciate your incentive towards life and new projects. Good job. So keep showing up.
Great. Do you want to have one of the students want to unveil the mural?
You ready?
Would you and the students like to sign the mural?
Yeah, we're going to sign it. The base. Are you ready for this? Call on your talents one last time.
portion of this portion of our program, what I want to do is, first of all, I'd like to thank our internal communication committee, their work, their effort on pulling this all together and making sure that it works. Our student artists, I'd like to thank you for your skill, your work here. We really appreciate it. It's a beautiful representation for our agency. And Greg, thank you again for your work as our artist mentor. You did a wonderful job. Also, I'd like to share with you that you have the opportunity, if you'd like to see it, how it evolved and developed. There's some pictures here on what all took place. We're going to go to about 9:45 here just to celebrate having this mural here and being able to do that. We have some cake and some refreshments, so please take part in that. And then also take some time to visit with our student artists and be able to talk with them about the process and how they felt about things.
Can we have a photo?
We need an official photo.
Okay. Hey, Greg,